Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hope for the elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. Alright, so I just want to do a short lesson on how alone the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai allows it to go. And I want to name the video "The Family of the Word is Soon." Alright, and Lord willing, brothers can see on the screen, I have this article here in the Zero Hedge, and it says World Economic Forum pushes facial recognition technology. Alright, and I'm going to just go straight into it and read this one part. It says, among the many issues discussed, members focus on the spread of misinformation and disinformation. Alright, which starting with the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone and brothers bringing on down to teach the same doctrine. Esau has placed us in that category as, people on the internet that spread disinformation and misinformation. All right, even though what we're saying is the 144,000% truth, all right, this devil hates the truth and he deems it as disinformation and misinformation. That the Negroes, Latinos, and Native and Seminole Indians are the real Israelites. Babylon, the greatest America. The so-called white people are the biblical Edomites, all right, and you're going into slavery, all right. Esau deems that as misinformation and disinformation, all right. Right along with all the other things that we go into, starting with the elders go into, such as finances and all of that, and Jacob's trouble, all that he deems as misinformation and disinformation, all right. So he wants to get this word off the internet. Basically, the whole Bible, he deems it as misinformation and disinformation. All right. It says, they ask, how can they, and this devil is making moves, man. All right, he's making moves, of harmful content be combated, right? And what they deem what we speak is harmful content, but yet, all this other garbage, like rap videos and with guns and all this other garbage is allowed to be put on the internet and kept on the internet. All right, but the truth isn't allowed anymore. The truth, which we're not violent, we're not out there telling people to get guns. Some camps are, but that's a whole nother story. We're not out there telling our people to go out there and get violent and do this and do that. We're just telling our people to trust in the Lord, come back to our powers, the gods of the King James Bible, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right. So nothing that we're doing is harmful except to the Edomites. All right. Content be combated. It's easy, they answered. How about introducing digital IDs? All right. So this devil wants to bring about digital IDs. Basically, like I said, facial recognition and voice recognition as well. All right. So ultimately, we knew this whole digital ID thing is gonna come down to the MOTB. But now they want to see if I can find this whole biometric technology thing. But as you can see right here, basically facial recognition, and again with that comes voice recognition. All right, so obviously we're not hiding. If you go on Google, if any brother go out there and go on Google and just type in the name of your camp page, it'll come up in Google. You clearly can see your faces. We don't hide our faces when we're on the highways and the byways. We show our faces. When brothers do sit down, we show our faces. All right, so anytime they see our faces or anything like that, the way it's looking, what these devils want to do, take the video down. Because all we're doing now is Esau takes our videos down now, but ultimately all we do, we just create another page and keep going, basically. But with this facial recognition, and more than likely what's going to come with it as well is voice recognition, we won't be able to put up any videos anymore unless we have that digital ID he's talking about, these devils are talking about. It says resistance is futile. Digital IDs may soon be the norm in the United States, which it is. Which again, ultimately, the ultimate goal of that digital ID thing is the MOTB. An analyst at Reclaim the Net recently reported the U.S. Postal Service is pushing for the introduction of digital IDs. The USPS wants to have a more prominent role in biometric data collection and digital ID service. More worrying, the UPS has already partnered with the General Service Administration and the FBI biometric data collection pilots. The bad news doesn't end there. As I have discussed elsewhere, the International Reserve Service, the IRS, also wants your face. Right, so I mean, basically this is all, a plot, to get us off the internet. Read this part right here. It says, yes, but what about digital surveillance? What about, which is all digital, surveillance and all that, facial recognition and voice recognition is already out there. All right, it's been out there for some time now, but now they're just embedding it pretty much. Yes, but what about digital surveillance? What about the government desire and organizations closely affiliated with the government to spy on the American people? What about the push to my people, mine people for data and use the information gathered to basically and control, manipulate, Salakia, and control? For these doubts, for those who doubt the U.S. is backsliding, please note the Argentina and Mongolia now rank higher on the Democrat ladder, according to the Freedom House 2021 report. Who is to blame for the resistance that's pretty much let me read it. Let me finish reading it. The very people elected to keep citizens safe, I contend. Yeah, I mean, so if they got this facial, if they're pushing this, which again the ultimate goal of this digital ID thing, we all know is the MOTB, but if they use this, like it says again, the title says World Economic Forum pushes facial recognition to regulate the internet, basically to control the internet. We're not going to be able to do sit downs anymore, because again we show our faces on the highways and the byways. All right, and again, more than likely with face recognition comes voice recognition, so we're not going to be able to put up videos on the internet anymore, which we're waiting for, man. We're waiting for this devil to make that move. We're waiting for the Most High to take his men off the highways and the byways, and take us off the highways and the byways, so the destruction can come. Cause that means what? Once the elect is sealed, all right, we know that that's it. That's the ball game. That's it for this place. All right, let's get it's Matthew chapter 24. Verse 14, and this gospel of the kingdom was what's the gospel of the kingdom? Who the real Israelites saw, who the Edomites saw, what Babylon the Great is, what the MOTB is. All those things consist of the gospel of the kingdom. All right, and the gospel of the kingdom, the names of our power, the true names of our power, most importantly. All right, the gospel, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. All right, how did the gospel of the kingdom go out throughout the four corners of the globe? By way of the internet. All right, let's get down to Psalms 19. Trying to make this real quick. It's Psalms chapter 19, verse 1. A psalm of David. The heavens declare the glory of Yahweh, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day utter speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. And that's the internet. You can get on the internet any time of the day, any time of the night, and learn whatever you want to learn, and so on and so forth. Verse 3. There is no speech, no language where their voice is not heard. Right? You can hear it in English. You can hear the word in English, Spanish. There's even the brother that does Braille. All right, for the deaf, he's I think it's called Braille. All right, does sign language for the deaf. All right, so there's no word, so there's no excuse. This word is going out throughout the four corners of the globe, and it's been pushed into every language, even sign language. All right, that's the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Verse 4, their line is going out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. And them hath he set a tabernacle in the sun. Right, their line is going out through all the earth, the www, the World Wide Web. All right, so the gospel is going out throughout the four corners of the globe by way of the internet. All right, and a large majority of people have woken up. All right, what Vocab Malone said, he said there's over 3 million people out there that identify as Hebrew Israelites. That's a pretty large number. All right, so if that's true, all right, and there's a lot of people out there that have woken up, have came back to their heritage. all right, which is the fact that they're Israelites. All right, so it's pointless to shut the internet off now. So, but prophecy got to be fulfilled because the job is already done. So you can turn the internet off now if you want to. You should have been turning it off a long time ago, but the elect had to be sealed. All right, that shows this all through the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, not Esau. All right, one of them Rockefeller devils said the worst thing that the internet was one of the worst things. Like Elder Ramlab always mentions this. The internet was one of the worst things that was ever invented. Why did he say that? Because the truth got spread by way of the internet. Who the real Hebrew Israelites are that the King James Bible speaks about. And of course, the most important thing, the names of their power and returning the hearts of the children back to the Father, and the hearts of the Father back to the children. That's why that devil said that. All right, it wasn't because of violence and things like that. The devils make a lot of money off the internet. They said that because the truth got spread by way of the internet. All right, and that shows these devils ain't in control of nothing. All right, they're just puppets of the Most High too. All right. So right, this gospel's going out. So now we're just waiting for this to come to pass. This is Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread nor of thirst, even though that's coming too, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north even into the east, and they shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and they shall not find it. Right? Because like it says in Ezekiel the 3rd chapter, the Lord says He's gonna make His prophet's tongue cleave to the roof of their mouth, which is symbolic talk for the Lord taking His men off the highways and the byways, and the Lord's going to shut the internet off. The Lord's going to happen where we're not going to be able to put the word out on the internet. And if this comes to pass, where these devils want to do a facial recognition to use the internet, a digital ID, and to use the internet facial recognition, that's the end of us, because they don't want this truth out there. And again, they got our faces, so anytime our faces show or our voice is heard, it's just our pages are gonna be clipped. All right, that's one way these devils could do that. We gotta wait and see what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is gonna do. But I mean, that's one way it could happen. If these devils do use facial recognition and voice recognition on the internet, and as soon as the AI recognizes our face or hear our voice, bam, the video comes down. No matter what you say. All right, speaking in code and all that. Now that's all we do now. We just remake pages and speak in code. But with this facial recognition and ID, or they could go after brother's IP address. That's another way they could do it. All right, so I mean, we're at the time now where these devils, one of their top talks, like it says here at the World Economic Forum, that they had was about disinformation and misinformation, which is a shot at us. Basically, want to get the prophets off the highways and the byways. That's what that's all about. You'll see they ain't talking about taking violent rap videos down. Those videos are still up. Kodak Black and all these other niggas out there promoting gun violence and shooting niggas and taking drugs, getting high and then shooting niggas and shit like that. That's still on the internet. Why you ain't take that down? Because they don't care about that. They want to push that out there to put that wicked vibration on Jake to go out there and take each other out. But anything positive, like the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, that's misinformation and disinformation. We can't have that. All right, because it's leading people astray. Warning God people about the C-19. That's leading in the vaccination. That's leading people astray. All right, going into the scriptures and telling you in the law that you're not supposed to put anything in your body. All right, that's disinformation and misinformation. Again, like I said, the whole King James Bible to them is disinformation and misinformation. That's why they want to get the prophets off the streets, which is good, because once that happens, like it says in Revelation the 7th chapter, once the elect is sealed, then destruction can come. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekakwadash, double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and safety to you brothers out there pushing this truth and sincerity. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.